Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is your host, Dr. Norbert, back on the streets of New York, looking mean and ready to scrumble.
Yeah, nice. What do the Defenders, does their jurisdiction cover Yonkers?
Yonkers? Well, look, X-Men are up in Westchester somewhere, right? Yonkers is the beginning of Westchester, so maybe there's a little overlap there, right?
Ah, you got double the superheroes.
Yeah, that was the meeting ground. That's why Yonkers is such a dread pit. It's because they're constantly fighting over in the streets of Yonkers.
Tough. Yeah, nice.
Destroying everything.
I just Googled Yonkers and I just realized there's a Legoland there. That's fun.
Is there? Oh, things I'm sure
Yonkers
have remarkably changed since I last was there.
Anyway, hi.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm Jamie. I don't have any local superheroes fighting over my area.
No,
unfortunately.
I think you have stealth though. You're like stealthy.
Yeah. Me personally?
Yeah, I think so. You're everywhere, but
only have stealth when I'm within one of a size 2 terrain.
Or a kebab shop.
Special stealth. Or a kebab shop, yeah.
All right, everybody. If you haven't guessed it yet, we are reviewing the last of the new models boxes that were supposed to come out, but haven't come out. And everyone is wondering when they will come out.
Let's just blame Trump.
Okay.
We can do that. It's probably his fault that all of our toys are delayed.
I think I heard him talking about that at the United Nations. He's saying, and I've been delaying the Marvel Protocol releases because Europe's not paying enough. Now you don't have those models.
Legion starter set. It's going to be great, I hear. The Legion starter set. Everyone's complaining. All the Shatterpoint. I played in a Shatterpoint event of the weekend and they were all complaining about the Legion nerds. Yeah. And then I spoke to some Legion nerds at the LGT and they were complaining about the Shatterpoint nerds. Yeah. It's funny. There's some fun infighting in the Star Wars world.
This is what the MCP overlords have done. They've set the two factions against one another.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very kingpinny.
Love it. Yeah. Speaking of which, we are going to get into the Echo, Ronin, and Tigra box. So this is another megasode. We also have a bonus card segment because a card was revealed that we hadn't talked about before, which is exciting. Yeah. And Lore Master J is in the house tonight, and he is on fire.
I've done my research, done my homework for the first time. You told me that you wanted me to try harder, and I'm trying really hard. I spent at least half an hour on it. So we'll see if it's any good.
Not me.
And if it's not, then
the people have asked you to be.
The people have asked me.
Yeah.
There we go.
I've just been their mouthpiece.
Now they won't be able to correct me on the Discord anymore, so it'll be less fun. But
challenge
anyway,
Gauntlet thrown, audience members.
Yeah. There you go. Before we get kicked off, though, we should quickly mention that we just gave away a box. We are sending out the Ultimate Miles and Friends box to one of our very lovely patrons. I'm sending that out as soon as it arrives. Blame Trump if it's late. But yeah, that is because we did a nice little giveaway. It was an interesting experiment to see if people, liked it and if people signed up to the Patreon, and it went quite well. So if you're interested in us doing more future giveaways, then you can become a patron for like a handful of pounds, and you will probably win a box because we don't have many patrons. So it's a good time to get in.
Also, we have 2 spots left for the Across the Bifrost Team Championship in January. Help me, I always remember, is it 10th to 11th?
10th and 11th, yeah.
So 2 teams are open. These are 5-person teams. We are using WTC rules for the most part, except for what we hope is a more advanced, let's say more fair pairing system.
The superior pairing system. I'll say it. We're not using the WTC rules. We're using our own rules because we are the superior
Leave
team
it to the Magneto lover to shout out.
Jamie was right. That's what they say after the January event. Jamie was right. This is the best team tournament in the UK, in Europe. There we go. We're going for that.
All right. And the good news about the delays, if there is any, is the Across the Bifrost Team Championship likely will be the first big event to use those new releases now.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be the WTC. That's been ruled out now, and that's in late October. And so ours is in mid-January. So we could be the first ones to demonstrate the power of the new release.
Yeah, there you go. And also there's a mini extravaganza in between WTC and our event.
Ooh.
So if anything happens there, don't know if it will, if anything changes there, that will all be in effect for January as well. And it's a really cool time to have a team event because you can then spend like the Christmas break kind of messaging your teammates, sorting out the teams and stuff, figuring out who you're going to take. So it's really fun. And as we've always said, teams is the best way to play this game. I spoke to a few people. I was at Ragnarok in Gillingham this weekend, and I spoke to a few people who are interested in being in the teams thing, but don't have a team. And then when I started giving them the spiel about how that's no excuse and they should go to our Across the Bifrost Discord because we have a team finder channel, their eyes glazed over and they stopped listening to me. So I'm here to say it again. If you would like to come to a team's tournament, which you should if you like MCP, then you should go to our Discord and help yourself find a team. We've already got teams, forming because of that on there. So,
I mean, let's face it. If you're not in a team tournament, are you really playing MCP? Are you?
Yeah, man. Every singles match you have is just practice for the next
Damn
team
right.
event.
I mean, otherwise you're just an MCP tourist.
Yeah, man. How many superheroes in Marvel Comics truly work alone?
Hey,
none.
Very good point.
They've all got teams. Even Punisher's on a team.
Be like Marvel.
And what team's he on? He's on Defenders. And we're going to talk about Defenders today.
All right. Find out about that team tournament in the show notes and also on the ATB Discord, which you can join for free. Patrons have a special channel there where they tell us all sorts of naughty things that we're not allowed to talk about on the air because our lovely producer will cut them out. And so do join us. We have 2 teams left, and that'll be it. And 22 have already signed up. So we're aiming for 24 teams in January. So it's not like a small event. No, sir.
Big old event.
All right, Jamie, good to be back on the air with you. We are reviewing box number CP 168. 168.
It's a nice number.
It somehow feels very round. I don't know why.
I was thinking the same thing. Big round numbers and also, divisible by 2.
Oh, we got to get the nerds to tell us if these are prime numbers in the Discord. From now on, okay, and see if a prime box does better, have better cards than a non-prime box. Okay, so people.
Do you know what I want? You ever watch Countdown?
No.
There's a game show called Countdown, and they have like a maths round where they put up like a random number and a bunch of random little numbers, and you have to kind of like add them and multiply them, divide it, whatever you want with those numbers to get that result. Okay. I think that we should issue a challenge to our listeners. You have to use these 3 characters and use numbers associated with them to somehow get to the box number. So something like Ronin's first issue was, Avengers 112. And if you times that by Echo's, the number of limbs that Echo has, then that becomes this. And I think we should be able to do that.
Didn't Leon do that puzzle at the St. Albans event?
Oh, yeah.
It was really good. It was really good, actually. So shout out to Leon for putting a quiz together based on CP box numbers.
Oh, yeah. Leon, if you're listening, put that quiz in our Discord. That was really good.
One last thing about the Discord. If you are a spectacular supporter, Jamie and I are thinking about playing a TTS game live for people with whiskey to thank them for playing that. But we haven't decided yet. We're not. I'm on the edge about it because TTS is a little rough for me these days. Just amount of practice. So if you really want to see that happen and be part of the banter that I'm not allowed to be with our producer doing her rightful job. Give us some shout outs in the ATB supporter Discord, the the Patreon Discord channel. Let us know if that's something you'd like to see and become a spectacular supporter.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't even think about that. I thought me and you were going to go to a dark room, play MCP in person, and wear lapel mics. But doing it online makes way more sense.
Okay, I'm up.
We'll figure it out.
I could do it live if the people want it. I could do it live, but I didn't think we'd have the setup for it. So if you could work it out,
we can figure.
I'll bring the whiskey. You bring the tech.
All right. Yeah. Deal. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Okay, cool. Let's get back to the box. CP168, if you want to follow along on Jarvis's Protocol. Oh, another plug. We are official partners. We have a collab with Jarvis's Protocol. All of our podcasts that talk about a character are now listed underneath the characters page. And so you will see that on the page. And so I mentioned Jarvis's Protocol because if you type in CP168, you get all the links to these cards we're going to talk about. Handy dandy.
There you go.
All right. We're going to start with my favorite character in the box. I love her so much. Yes, it's Echo. Yay, Echo.
Yeah, Echo.
Echo is named Maya Lopez. She is, that's interesting now because the name, okay, maybe not Maya, but Lopez is like I would say a Hispanic type name. Mm-hmm. But in the show anyway, which I loved, the show was really good. She's American Indian, if I recall correctly, right, or Native American. So well, you're Lore Master Jay. You can help me. How do you reconcile Maya Lopez?
I was gonna skip this part because,
damn it.
But no, I've got interesting things to say about the actress. At least. But
I read up on her because I loved her, her performance so much. She's legitimately deaf and American Indian, as it turns out.
Yes, and also interestingly has a prosthetic leg, which they made part of the character. So Echo, I thought that was a really cool part of the show because they made it part of the story. Right? Echo has a prosthetic limb. I think they lost their leg in the show or maybe in a accompanying comic, but that isn't like a thing. That's come from the actress, Alakwa Cox. That was cool too. So actual deaf actress. Also their first acting role was playing Echo in the Hawkeye series. So that's cool.
Oh wow. I don't remember that bit. So because that was way back. It's the same
Echo
actress.
showed up as same actress.
Oh.
Yes, Echo showed up as one of like Kingpin's buddies in the Hawkeye show, and then got their own TV series.
Right.
And the number one note I had on this section was this series is criminally underrated.
I agree,
and you agree, right?
I do. Yeah.
We love this show. Echo is so cool. They do really interesting things because there's a lot of American Sign Language in there. There's also, don't want to spoil it, but there's like a really cool thing they do with sign language towards the end, remember? And Kingpin's in it, and the guy who played Kingpin is incredible.
And a surprise appearance of Daredevil before his new series came out. So it was really good because he kind of helped bridge the gap, his appearance of bridge the gap before the new series came out.
I think it was the first MCU appearance of that Daredevil, I think.
Oh, yeah?
It was either that or She-Hulk. Oh. He just shows up in series, and now he's got his own series. But very cool. So very, very good like take on it. If you haven't seen the series, highly, highly recommend because they have this like time jumpy thing as well, right? Going back to like the Native American kind of origins. Really cool. So, highly recommend.
Okay. Any luck with the name though, Lopez?
Nothing on the name. No.
Okay. All right. That's a challenge to all the lore masters out on the Discord. Do fill us in on Maya Lopez's backstory, where those names might have came from. Or
there we go.
There's nothing to say about them.
Do you want some more lore?
Okay, yes.
I got some more. Okay, so we're going to talk about the kind of origin. So in the shows that we've seen, Echo teams up with Kingpin. Now that happens because Kingpin killed her dad.
Yes.
His name was Willie Lincoln, and his kind of gangster name was Crazy Horse, which I feel like would be your gangster name.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll take that one.
So Kingpin kills Crazy Horse, and as he's dying, this is cool, right? This is really cool. As he's dying, he leaves like a bloody handprint on Echo's face.
That's where it comes from.
Where so cool. So that's where the hand comes from on the face. Very cool. And his dying wish was that Kingpin raises her. So that's why she's his like kind of adopted daughter.
Which is so twisted, right? Because because he got killed by Kingpin, even though he didn't really understand it, and he felt Kingpin was somebody that gave him a life, even though it was a life of crime. Yeah. The whole thing is just horribly twisted, which makes it really interesting.
Yeah, there you go. So superpowers. She's deaf.
Yeah.
So a bit like Daredevil, kind of has to, train in other ways to compensate for that. So she's an expert martial artist, but she also has photographic reflexes. So a little bit like Taskmaster. Right. She can kind of see what you're doing and learn it real quick. So very, very good fighter. And then a little bit at the end, she is the original Ronin.
Oh, that I didn't know that. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So Ronin was Maya Lopez
when she
first.
was like friends still with Kingpin.
Yeah.
Okay.
But her first appearance was as Ronin, which is interesting. And she's also had the Phoenix Force at one point.
No. Did she have those two little totems of plastic too?
It's stupid constructs.
No, the constructs. She didn't have the constructs?
Nah, she didn't waste her time with those.
Okay. Also, the fight between her and Daredevil in the TV show was great because it kind of made the juxtaposition between two different types of disabilities that are exactly opposite of one another in some ways. So that was pretty fun. Yeah, nice one. Cool. Well, I like this lore master, Jay. He's on fire. Okay. Echo is affiliated with Criminal Syndicate and Defenders, which is hugely important. More than maybe most affiliations. Having her pop into these two affiliations is fantastic. I think so. And I certainly can talk about the Crim Syndicate side of it, and then we'll conjecture a bit about the Defenders side.
Okay. Cool.
So here we go. Stats. She is a 3 threat. Keep that in mind. Very important. 3 threat. Her defense stats are 3-3-3. She's got 5 hit points on the front side. She's got 5 on the back side. She's size 2, but she moves long. What do you think of that as a 3 threat?
So far, it's pretty Zemo-like. Yeah, so fine. Long movers are a big deal. You have to really kind of recalibrate your mind when it's a long mover to see what all of the other numbers on our card means, right? It's there's a big jump between medium and long, and it means they can do a few different things. So yeah, great.
Yeah, I just checked. I didn't remember that Zemo is 5/5 hit points as well. So yeah, very similar. Okay, but this again, the context of all this has to be done inside the affiliations. So if it sounds a little lackluster for now, I can hopefully demonstrate why it isn't later. But she's got other things on her own card that make her great. Let us talk about the attacks. She's got 3 attacks. The first one's a physical one called Studied Strike. It is range 2, 4 dice, and doesn't cost anything. It's a gainer. She gets 1 power after the attack is resolved. But if this character has already attacked the defender this turn, add 3 dice to this attack roll, making it a 7 dice attack. For a 3 threat character, dude.
Yeah, not bad. 4 dice followed up by 7 dice.
Yes, exactly. Although there's some other kind of tricks to it that you could do, which is kind of interesting, which we'll come on to. Where was I? Okay. Anything else to say about that?
It seems solid.
Yeah, it seems good for a 3 threat. Yeah. Next one.
Oh, actually, I suppose, sorry, quickly, worth mentioning that it just says if the character has already attacked the defender. So not with this attack. So you could do a different attack and then do this. Is that where you were going?
I was
Sorry.
burying the lead, but yes.
I'm sorry.
That's totally cool, man. I'm glad you caught it because that's exactly right. I was hinting at it, but you got it. You don't have to be this. This could be the follow-up. It doesn't have to be one and again, 1-2 punch kind of a thing. It could be, and I'll show you why I think that's cool in a moment when we get to it. So the second attack she's got is Bullseye. It's another physical attack. It's range 4 though, very handy. 4 dice though, no cost attack. It's another gainer. She gains 1 power when she resolves the attack, and the defender cannot modify its defense dice during this attack, which importantly for a range 4 attack means you can't use cover because cover is modifying your defense dice. So she ignores cover in effect. Yeah.
No cover, no spider sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
So sure, 4 dice isn't that great, but I mean, this is what Bullseye used to have, although, he had auto point damage, to be fair, but still, range 4 attack, 4 dice, people loved him for that. And they don't get in cover, which is really important because that's usually what happens. If she's sitting on a secure point, which she's going to, and at least the way I play her, she can still do stuff to other people and have a better chance of hitting them or doing damage to them.
For sure. And it's a gainer, which is just great.
Exactly.
If you're holding an extract and you're on a back point and you just chuck out a couple gainers, that's a fine activation.
Exactly.
Especially for a 3 threat, right? Because you're like, well, I got my points. I'm staying here and I'm just going to gain a couple power.
That's exactly right. Okay. Then we have her spender. It is called I Know Your Moves Better Than You, which is so flavorful for her attitude. I love it. It is a range 2 attack. It is 6 dice. It costs 3, which is on the cheaper side of spenders. But listen to this stuff that comes with it. When you do this attack, the defender does not add crit results into the defense roll to its total successes and cannot add additional dice from the crit results. In other words, the crits don't explode. So this is just like Shadowcat's attack. And I think somebody else's, but Shadowcat, I know for sure, has this. Mm-hmm. And it makes this deceptively good. And the difference here is Shadowcat's dice are, I think it's only 4 dice with this rule. But this lady here gets 6 dice with this rule. It's a fantastic attack for 3 power. Love it. And I'm not done yet. I'll throw in, after the attack is resolved, the character may advance medium.
Nice.
Yeah. Which is always useful. You play X-23. You've got this sort of ability as well in one of your attacks. You love that ability.
Yes, big time. And I just played Baron Zemo for the first time this weekend and realized how insanely strong he is. And he also has this. A long mover with an advanced medium on the spender. So they can basically just get where they want, which is great.
She could walk up to somebody at the midline, attack them, and then she needs power for all this. But the point is she could do a move, an attack, and then move on to a point after that with this medium advance.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way I've been doing this is mid-game, obviously, when she starts loading up on some power, I'll hit the defender with this spender first, which does a lot of damage. And then I do the follow-up studied strike, because now I'm doing a 6 dice attack with these no crit rules, and then follow it up with a 7 dice attack. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very, very good. Very good. And you compared this to Shadowcat a minute ago.
Yeah.
They're actually slightly different, and it's in an interesting way. So Shadowcat is range 3, 7 dice with this crit tech where they can't pop crits. And then on a wild can place herself 2. Uh-huh. So Shadowcat's hits harder, but the movement afterwards is a little less reliable. Well, quite less reliable. And then, Echo doesn't hit quite as hard, but has a guaranteed move on the back of it. And it's closer range. So they kind of, I would say they're about equal.
Yeah, sure.
You know, Echo's is more reliable, which is much better in my opinion. But
yeah. So what do you think of this weapon loadout?
It's pretty cool. Some punchy stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's get into her superpowers. She's got an active one called Charge. It costs 2. It's basically you make a move action followed by an attack action, like most charges. So, but for 3 threat with a long mood, I mean, this is one of the reasons Zemo is off the charts, right? She's got it too. Bam.
Yeah. Long move charge means you can basically just any activation after round 1. You know, unless you're in a power leadership, which we won't talk about now. But you can basically just get to anywhere you want. If you're like, that person over there has a die, you can move, charge, get them. You know, it's quite a big deal.
It's fantastic. Then, now she's got 3 innate superpowers. The first one's called Death Dancer. It's so great. While attacking, during the modified dice step, this character may change one of its attack dice to a hit for each crit in the opposing defense roll. This reminds me a lot of like Loki's ability with his skulls, essentially. You know what I mean? So like the successes, the point is it's kind of irking your opponent because the opponent gets successes and excited about them, but you get some bonus out of their success, so to speak.
Nice.
But there's more. While defending during the modified dice step, Echo could change one of her defense dice to a shield for each crit in the opposing attack roll. So it works both ways, just like Loki, so to speak.
Yeah, nice. That's a good comparison to Loki, actually. When I first read this, I was struggling to understand it. But you're right. It kind of is like Loki. It's just that for every crit you roll, I gain a bonus. I sort of count it. But you need like the dice space to be able to modify your dice. Because if you have skulls, obviously, then it doesn't work. So yeah, it's like a watered down, Loki.
Well, in a sense. But on the other hand, like with Loki's, he... when somebody rolls a crit, he doesn't get that bonus. Of course, they roll the extra die from when it explodes. If it rolls into a skull, he gets that, right? But with her, she actually, I think, has a higher chance of getting more out of the thing because people have to roll a crit, which Loki doesn't count, but she does. And then when they explode that die, it could roll into another crit again. And so she has a chance of 2 things off of a crit, whereas he doesn't because the crit.
But then your opponent is counting the crit for themselves. Whereas with Loki, the skull doesn't help them, but does help.
Okay, that's true too.
But with Echo, it helps both.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So essentially what you're doing is you're canceling out their crits, right? For every crit they roll, you pretty much get another success. So their crits don't quite count, sort of. So but then also with, I know your move's better than you, they're not counting their crits. So then it just does benefit you.
Yeah.
So some interesting stuff here. This is really cool design space.
Yeah, and now if she's being played in Criminal Syndicate with Shadowland Daredevil, whose leadership is they get to reroll skulls. This way, if she, she has a chance of not being skull locked in terms of being able to make these modifications. Because
that's why you're so giddy about Echo. I get it now.
More. I have even more, but that's a good one.
Okay, cool. Right, that's a great one. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. She could roll out of a skull lock with Shadowland Daredevil leadership potentially,
and then use Death Dancer to turn that dice into a hit. Or nice. That's cool.
And it works in defense too. So the point of all this is that she surprisingly hits harder than she should, and she's surprisingly tanky than she looks on paper.
Yes, it's similar to Zemo, right? I complain all the time that mutants are 3/3/3, 5 health, and they fall over. But Zemo kind of deceptively falls around because he has a reroll and everything, right? So he's kind of 4/4/4, 5 health. And Echo's similar, right? 3/3/3, 5 health, but has this tech which makes her like, actually quite tanky sometimes, which is cool.
It's very cool. There's more, Lore Master. She's on the prowl. While this character is within one of a terrain feature of size 2 or more, she gains stealth. So this is just like Nightcrawler's ability, and it's great. Another good reason for her. So, and lastly, I'll just say she's got Wall Crawler, which sounds like, Wall Crawler. That's bonkers with a long mover. It's
Yep. Let me add my once an episode AMG stands for Anti-Mutant Gang. I thought that long movers didn't have Wallcrawler for a reason because it's very, very strong, right? You've played a lot of Shadowcat, Norbert. Shadowcat, the person who can walk through walls, doesn't have Wallcrawler and gets stuck behind terrain all the time. So, yes, Wallcrawler is very, very good.
All right. Well, she should study Echo's moves a bit more, clearly.
Oh, it's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Every time I see a long move with Wallcrawler, I hurt. My heart hurts for Shadowcat. Anyway, I'm done. Let's go back to positivity. This is a cool card, right? This character can do a lot.
Exactly. So let me tell you all the ways she does a lot. So I just mentioned Daredevil. So she's, even more deadly with him than normal, and is a 3 threat, which makes it easier for her to slot into his team loadouts. But I love her on Kingpin. I know you mostly use her with Kingpin, actually, because she's a 3 threat, so she's cheap, she's tanky, she's got long mover wall crawler, which means she's going to be on any point I want her to be on. She's got stealth if I do it right. And she can do still long-range attacks from that secure if I don't want her to be up in the mix. You know what I mean? It's like everything. It was like Kingpin Christmas.
Kingpin Christmas. And you like the TV show.
I do. And I think it's really cool that she's got a disability that she uses to her advantage. Everything's great.
It's sick. Very cool character. I actually had a lot of fun looking up the lore for this character. I was like, there's a lot of cool stuff here, and it made me want to watch the show again.
Yeah.
So, I'm very happy that she's cool in MCP. This is a very interesting, card as well. There's a lot of cool stuff that we've kind of seen before, but not really. She also has no triggers. Have you noticed that?
Oh, no, I didn't. But yes, you're right.
Zero triggers, which I guess is leaning into the whole martial artist. Photographic reflexes thing. There's no chance. There's no risk. It's like she knows what she's doing, and every time you do the attack, you know what's going to happen. So that's pretty great.
Yeah. So she's got a card, but before we get to it, let's go take a look at the defenders and see how she juices them up. Here we go. I've just called up the rosters of characters. God, it's long. Ooh, oh my God, there's more.
Defender. Yeah, defenders are like the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Everyone's a defender these days.
Okay, I finally got to the bottom of the list. But let's face it, it's either Doctor Strange or Daredevil, and I have to say Doctor Strange is the go-to guy these days. His leadership is that if the attack deals damage, or if the character has 5 threat or more, the attacking character, the target rather, gets the Hex special condition, which people have been using a lot. I think people have been using him a lot because he's layering on him and his teammates that he chooses to play with tend to layer on lots of conditions. Like it's become a condition game, plus the fact that this guy can also just push people off points and things like that. Can you imagine a world where she is doing something for this guy and his friends?
Yeah, so I've played against a lot of Doctor Strange recently, and that Hex really helps in a drawn-out fight, right? We talk about it in the Strange episode. Yep. So that's great. It makes your characters last a little longer, and then that coupled with Maya's, Death Dancer. Is that what it's called? Death Dancer? Where your opponent rolling crits. So now they don't explode, and they also help her modify her own dice. So that's just double good. I think she'll feel very, very kind of tanky. Yeah. She'll stick around a lot in Doctor Strange, I think. We should shout out Daredevil. I think she's great in Daredevil. This one.
Okay.
Good guy, Daredevil.
Here is where, so she wants to be in the mix. This is where you get an extra die to the attack rolls for each enemy character within 2 of the attacker, so her. And then after each attack is resolved, the target character is pushed away short.
No, you're reading the.
Oh, that's the spender. Sorry.
Yeah. Marvel Knights. The leadership.
Oh,
Marvel
there's
Knights.
Reroll. That's what it was. A reroll a number of attack dice equal to the number of enemy characters within 2 of itself. Yeah.
Yeah. Long story short is basically with Daredevil leadership, you want your characters to be surrounded by enemies when they attack, because then they can reroll a bunch of dice once per turn. So Echo having a long move charge means she can very easily charge to a position where she's surrounded by the most amount of people and then hit really hard. So then you're doing like imagine you charge into a brawl, you do a little 4 dice attack, you go, okay, that was cool, and then you follow it out with the 7 dice because you've hit them again, and then you re-roll 2, 3, 4 dice because of the leadership. I think it's great. I think she's really, really good in that.
I've just called up the list of 3 threats and defenders, which is quite long. Very quickly, it's Black Panther, Chosen at Bast, Clea, Hawkeye, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Magic, Man-Thing, Moon Knight, Punisher, and Valkyrie. I've seen Hawkeye now resurgent in the Doctor Strange leadership one. In Defenders, Luke Cage always appears. And I'm not sure about the rest. Meaning to say they're not always in the they're like not often seen. Maybe.
Yeah, the only other person in this kind of category is Valkyrie, who is a charger.
Yes.
Right? Can charge in. Doesn't have much defensive tech. So Valkyrie is a bit of a glass cannon. Echo is definitely on the offensive side, but can take a little bit more of a beating. So maybe Echo is your Valkyrie upgrade. Maybe you take both, and you put one on each flank, and they both just charge the enemy. I think that's pretty cool too. Echo brings she fills a slot which isn't really filled at the moment in Defenders.
Can you recall what team members were in when you faced Doctor Strange were used?
Oh, it's always, you see a lot of Hawkeye, see a lot of Man-Thing. Just annoying condition people, really.
Condition people. Oh, yeah, Man-Thing does the incinerate thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but the main thing is, if you're playing an attrition team, I've been telling people that I really think that Defenders are a fantastic dual leader team now, because I think you take Doctor Strange and you can take Daredevil, and if you like playing Daredevil, you play that most of the time, unless you're expecting to go into a fight. And then you bring Doctor Strange, because Hex just neuters the other team, and that suddenly their attacks don't pop off as much. So if you're expecting a long, drawn-out fight, those Hexes will really give you an advantage throughout the game. And I think Echo thrives in that environment, because she wants to stick around a little bit longer, right? And she couldn't fall over. But if she can stick around and get some attacks off, she'll be doing great.
Cool. All right, let's look at her card then. She comes with a tactics card called Part.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Quickly, on affiliations. It's really boring, but it's worth mentioning. She has a 2-cost charge, so any leadership that can give her a power round 1 means she can charge round 1.
Yeah.
Boring, but it has to be mentioned.
Yes, it's true. That's right. So maybe Inhumans like her. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, they got all good
Avengers
threes now, but Avengers is always the case, right? But they've got so many things to choose from. I'm sure people...
Yeah. Should we agree to never mention Steve 1 again?
It's really not.
Steve 1 Avengers is just really boring. If anyone has a superpower that costs 2, put them in Steve 1.
Yeah. All right. Her card is called Parts of a Whole. And during the power phase, it's an unaffiliated card. It's reactive. During the power phase, Echo and Daredevil, so I guess this is just normal Daredevil, not the Shadowlands one, may each spend 1 power to play this card. Okay, that sounds like a fair price so far. This round, 2 things happen. Echo gains a superpower and Daredevil gains a superpower, just for the round. Echo gains radar sense. This is from Daredevil. So basically, when defending against a physical or energy attack, she can add blanks to the defense roll as successes.
Oh, she gets tankier.
Yeah, even tankier.
She gets harder to kill.
Then,
nice.
For Daredevil, what Daredevil gets is On the Prowl, which is where he will get stealth if he's within 1 of a size 2 terrain piece or higher.
Nice.
So basically, they add a superpower from their card onto the other person's card.
Yeah.
I think this. Well, first of all, the cost seems very reasonable. We said. Now, you'd be playing her with Daredevil leadership probably in Defenders if you're using this card. I think she would get a lot out of radar sense for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That move we mentioned before, where she charges into the brawl and then does a big attack. She's then in the brawl, so radar sense would help her stay alive by having martial artist effectively. So that's cool.
Now on the prowl, so giving him stealth, giving Daredevil stealth. I would say. I'm not sure. I could imagine some ways it could be used because he wants to be in fights. So this will protect him from other characters trying to pop him from outside of that fight. Sure. I mean, that's pretty. But the thing that strikes me is how often people will say to me, "Oh yeah, your Daredevil has stealth." So I kind of have the feeling that they think that Daredevil is supposed to have stealth and they keep forgetting that he doesn't, So maybe they're really desperate for him to have stealth. And so this is actually more cooler than I think on the table. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Daredevil having stealth is nice. It's not as nice as, Echo having martial artist.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. It is... Oh my God, it's rangeless. Yes. It's not martial artist. No. I'm so sorry. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's any range?
Yes, any range.
Oh my God. Okay, that's really good. Yeah, sorry, I understated that. Yeah, that's very strong. I think you just ignore the stealth part. The Daredevil getting stealth is cute. Yeah. It's when he's near terrain, so that might not even be possible. Yeah. So don't worry about it. But yeah, Echo suddenly counting blanks on everything, any range, she becomes very tanky for a round.
So
Yeah, that's a very good card.
I think it's a good card. I would seriously consider it, but I'd have to play Defender's Note to give it a stronger recommendation.
Yeah, this is a Daredevil leadership card.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. Let us move on to somebody you're really excited to talk about. This is Ronin, also known as Clinton Barton. So essentially, it's Hawkeye. And I do remember him being in which show was it where he appeared at the beginning? And it was her show, Echo's show, where she stole parts of his outfit and her sword.
No, wasn't that the Hawkeye show? Because Kate Bishop had the outfit.
Oh, I thought he was. She found it somehow with the tracksuit mobsters. And then that's why he showed up in her show, was to like tell her not to give it back or something. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah. I know Kate Bishop. Well, anyway, this ties perfectly into my lore segment because Ronin. We mentioned before that the first ever Ronin was Maya Lopez. Right. And since then, Ronin has basically been like a mantle that gets passed on. So it's not like necessarily one person. Yeah. So I guess that's why in the shows, the outfit has gone between a few different people. You will never guess who else has been Ronin. Now, we'll play a little game.
Okay.
Right? So there's 4 people have been Ronin, right?
Okay.
You know one of them. We just spoke about it.
Clinton. Yep.
And then this one. So Hawkeye. There are 2 other MCP characters that have been Ronin.
You got to give me the first letter of the name. Because I wouldn't have.
B.
Who?
Has a sword.
Baron Zemo.
Not Baron Zemo. Has a sword. I hope people are screaming along at home. Has a sword, starts with B. Their real name is Eric.
Oh my God. I am not cheating, folks. I'm not looking at Jarvis or Google or anything, and I can't tell you.
It's Blade.
No.
Blade has been Ronin.
That would be such a great way to reboot him into the MCU.
Bring him out as Ronin? That'd be cool.
Okay, I'll give you the clue for the next one.
One other is a member of the Thunderbolts.
I'm going to say the Black Widow's sister. I forgot her character name.
Yelena?
Yelena. Whatever. I don't know her.
No, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because she seems the type, right?
Yeah, she does seem the type. Who else seems the type on Thunderbolts? Bucky?
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not him.
Okay, but
it's Red Guardian.
Okay, see, that popped into my head at first, and I said, "That fat guy, no way, no way." Was this when he was in his heyday, though, when he was lean and mean?
I think, yeah. The picture I saw in the comics, he was pretty ripped.
Oh, okay. So not his fat Thor stage.
No. So there you go. So Ronin has been passed down from Echo to Clint Barton to Red Guardian to Blade in its time.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it would have been cool if this was like some kind of, I feel like the alias rule here has kind of caught AMG in a trap where they can't do this cool thing where Ronin could be, Red Guardian or Blade.
Yeah.
But we have it. This is it. It's Clint Barton.
Okay, but I'm still daydreaming of Yelena being a Ronin. I think she would be.
That would make a lot of sense.
Because I loved her. Yeah. I loved how she portrays the character in the show.
Yeah.
Or in the film.
Really cool
and okay. Well. But thank you, Lore Master. On point. I love it. So look, Ronin here in the game is affiliated with Avengers and Defenders. The important thing about Defenders, though, and this might make it a little tough for them, is that, like I said, Doctor Strange Defenders seems to be the dominant way to play them these days, and people want Hawkeye in there, which shares the same alias, and so you couldn't play Ronin at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, something to keep in mind. Let's look at his stats. Okay, this is a 4th threat. He's got 4 physical defense, 3 energy, 3 mystic. He's got 6 hit points on the front side. He's got 6 on the back side. That's good. Size 2 and moves medium. Pretty standard, I would say, for a 4th threat, yeah?
Yeah, standard 4th threat.
Okay, yep, nothing to write home about. Let's see what he's got to juice that up. 3 attacks. First one is a physical one called Shadow Strike. Range 2, 5 dice, no cost. It is a builder. He gets power equal to the damage dealt. He's got 2 wild triggers. One is Pierce, and the other is Bleed. Well, that seems good for Doctor Strange, actually, right?
Pierce and Bleed, very good. This is just standard, I've got a sharp thing I'm going to hit you with attack in MCP.
Yeah.
Pierce and Bleed on a wild.
Okay. He's got a second attack called the Hawk's Blades, also physical. It's range 4 dice, doesn't cost anything. It's a gainer, gains 1 power. after the attack is resolved. He's got 2 triggers. One is a hit trigger called Pursuit, which is before damage is dealt, you can advance towards the defender short, and he's got a Wild Bleed again. Now, I know this from Shadowland Daredevil. He's got a very similar one that I use a lot, actually, to help out with his relatively bad action economy. The difference is that Shadowland Daredevil, it's an automatic. It happens automatically. It doesn't need a trigger.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy's looking for a hit trigger, which is not the hardest thing to do, but it is only 4 dice. So
4 dice, yeah. I see people get disappointed by this all the time. I know this attack's called the Hawk's Blades, but I think this is clearly AMG telling us that they're also aware that Blade was Ronin, because Blade has this exact attack.
Oh, good call.
So, and I've seen so many people do this with Blade, where they should just move to get onto the point, but they're like, oh, I could attack and then move. That's cool. And they do the attack and they don't get the hit, and then they're just stuck. So please don't do that. It's nice, but don't fish for the pursuit. I know it's a hit trigger, but it's only 4 dice. There's a good chance. Well, I don't know what the dice maths are, but you might not hit that. So yeah, remember that if you move, then you're guaranteed to move.
That's right. Good point. Okay. And then he's got his spender. Okay, another physical attack called the Cutting Wind. It's Beam 3. Nice. 6 dice, also good. Costs 4 though on the pricier side, but still reasonable. What comes with it? After all attacks generated by this attacker is resolved, place this character within 1 of the last character targeted by this attack. So that's just like Logan's attack.
Yeah,
and he's got a Wild Pierce on this as well. So that seems good. I mean, you like it on Logan, don't you?
I played a lot of Logan, and this is very good. Yeah, it doesn't have the bleed trigger.
Oh, okay.
And it's 1 less dice than Logan, but it is very good. The fact that you place off the last target makes it great, because you can sort of decide where you end up. Obviously, just be careful for things like bodyguards. Yes. If you're saving that target at the end, to place off of them, and then they do a bodyguard or a sacrifice, then suddenly you end up off that target and you might not end up where you want to be. So just be careful of that. But yeah, this is very good.
Yep. The nice thing about AMG beams are that you get to pick the order that things are resolved in. So with an open information game, if there's any triggers that characters move out of the way, for instance, in addition to what you just mentioned, Jamie, you should try to figure that all out first and then decide the order of the attacks based on that. Especially if you want to land somewhere particular. Yeah. So I like this too. I think this is good.
Yes.
So what do you think of this package?
So far, it's very Logan.
Yes.
He basically has, X-23's builder, he has Blade Skeiner and Logan Spender. So far pretty standard. Yeah. But I think we're getting on something that'll make it a bit more spicy.
Okay, but clearly a beater. That's all this guy's doing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's chasing people down and he's cutting them up.
Like a mad butcher. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the superpowers. He's got an active one called Grappling Hook. Costs 2, places his character within 3 of its current position. It can only be used once per turn. So just like Hawkeye. But that's very good, by the way. It's essentially a charge, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's a web swing.
Yeah.
Grappling Hook makes it sound less exciting because Grappling Hook on Black Cat is range 2. This is range 3. This is huge. It's a web swing. This is amazing.
Yeah. Which is longer, range 3 or a medium move?
Range. Oh, no. Range 3 is longer.
I shouldn't ask. You're the lore master, not the tech master.
Not the ruler master.
Which one do you think is longer? The range 3.
I think so. I think so too. I think it's.
That's okay. We got to give the Patreons some fodder to yell at us with. So.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, I think this is great. I mean, like I said, it's essentially a charge. I mean, web swing is like a charge. But the reason I keep thinking it as a charge is that's what a beater like this guy is usually attached to. So he's got that. Yeah. 2 power. Fantastic.
There's a cool thing there as well with the Hawk's Blades being a gainer. So say he starts the round on 1 power, you can hit someone from range 4, gain a power, then spend 2 to Grappling Hook next to them, and then hit them with a Shadow Strike. So you sort of get to kind of, it feels like a charge, but you're attacking on the way. It's pretty cool.
Also, placing means that you don't have to worry about Wall Crawler, which he does not have. So it's a little bit better than ordinary charge in that sense.
Yeah, and also, it gets around things like Eye in the Sky and Spider Tracker. That are looking for not Eye in the Sky. That was a bad example. But Spider Tracker, where they're looking for move actions. And you can just play Grappling Hook into it so they can't.
That's a really great point. Makes it, since it's not a movement. Amazing. Good on you. That was a good thing to point out. Excellent.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's good. Acknowledge your prowess. He's got a reactive superpower called Spectre of Death. It's 2 power, not bad. When this character targets a character with an attack, you can use the superpower. During the modified dice step, this character can change one of its attack dice to a hit for each crit or wild in its attack roll. We've seen this in many other places before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Not that
this is this is very good. This is like Archangel. So I mean, I'm not a big fan of Archangel, but this dice modification is extremely good. You do need bigger dice pools for it. So only having a 5 and a 4 dice pool is like,
oh, come on,
a bit risky.
Jimmy, you're taking away from the Hawk's blades. Come on now, you're that guy. You're talking to that guy. He's like, hey, if I don't get the hit pursuit, all I have to do is pay 2 power, and then it'll happen.
Yeah. True. Actually, that's a good point. I mentioned that the Hawk's blade is risky, right? Because you might not get the hit, but actually, you're looking for a hit, crit, or wild, because then, if you get the crit in a wild, you turn a dice to a hit and get the pursuit trigger. So actually, it's quite reliable. It's basically guaranteed. So you should just go for it.
Don't listen to Jamie. He's gone off the defense. Do not do this. Just move. Just move on to the point, you fool.
Its Spectre of Death makes it basically guaranteed. And you can say that when you do Hawk's Blade and you don't get the pursuit trigger, you can blame me.
That's just, Jamie will ask you, did you do Spectre of Death? No? Get out of my face. Okay, he's got an innate superpower called Martial Artist. So this is the normal Martial Artist where he can count blanks against physical or energy attacks within 2 when the attacker's within 2 of him. And he's got innate stealth, which is nice. So
very cool. Innate stealth is great because grappling hook is range 3, right? So I suspect you'll be like in the mix, using your martial artist to defend yourself. Then you attack twice from close range, maybe do a beam, kill some people, grab an extract, and then you can grappling hook 3 away and be in your stealth range.
Yes.
So you then won't get double tapped back, which is pretty cool.
Right. And he's one of these rare characters that we've seen before where as an attacker, you kind of want to be outside of 2, but within 3. So it's a very narrow little band that you want to be in to get to hurt him the most effectively.
Yeah.
So Amazing Beater, where does he fit? I mean, this feels like a Daredevil leadership guy.
Yeah, same reasons we said with Echo, I think. He can grappling hook to where he wants to be and then do big attacks.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty great. And actually, they're fantastic attacks, because if he grappling hooks in, does a shadow strike, then obviously he's using Spectre of Death to add some hits to the roll. And then if you don't get that, you could just re-roll with the leadership. Mm-hmm. So I think he'll play a bit like Amazing Spider-Man does in Daredevil, where you web swing him into a thing and then hit someone really hard. Mm-hmm. I think it's a bit like that, but this guy's more about the hitting and less about the mobility.
Yeah.
He's very cool.
I'm going to now call up all the 4-threat characters just to see in Defenders. I mean, Avengers is just very hard to contemplate where he fits in, because I'm sure there's loads of characters that are more or less the same as him.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh, you got something?
Bit, right?
Yeah. Hear the
he's got a 2-cost superpower. So I don't know if you know this, but under Steve 1, that 2-cost superpower will cost 1.
Okay.
And he can grappling hook round 1. That's pretty cool, right? It's pretty big brain, that stuff.
I've never thought of that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. No shade to Avengers players, by the way. I think playing Steve on Avengers is very cool and interesting, and you are smart for playing them. It just gets a bit boring for people like us that review boxes, and every character you have to think, oh, does this work on the Steve one? It's just the curse of MCP. Anyway.
All right, I'm looking at the other 4 threats in Defenders. Shang-Chi is the notable standout there. Does he?
That kind of Ronin's biggest weakness is that Shang-Chi exists.
They're both beaters though. If you need 2 beaters, I don't think that Ronin's not a slouch next to Shang-Chi.
Wolverine's there too. Wolverine's a charger. Similar thing to Ronin.
But he's the gambling man's character, isn't he? Let's face it.
Yeah, he is. I mean, as we know, Ronin's dice are all guaranteed. There's no gambling there. So if you like gambling, play Wolverine. If you like guaranteed pursuit triggers, play Ronin.
Yeah. So I think she definitely fits. I think he definitely fits really nicely into the affiliation.
Yeah.
With Doctor Strange, maybe if you need a beater. But again, Doctor Strange is about conditions and pushing people around.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's unlike Echo. He's kind of in a role that other people are in. So you might have better characters in that role. So I don't know. You probably have to be a bit of a Ronin fan. I think that Spectre of Death, because I've played a lot of Archangel recently, it's very feast or famine. Like, he'll either spike someone off the board, or he just won't.
Mhm.
You know, but the beam helps, because with him having a beam, it means that you've got more chance of that Spectre of Death to really kick in. So I think you'll have some games where you're like, this guy's amazing, he killed everyone, he's awesome, and then you have other games where it's like, oh, he didn't really roll crit or wild, and he sort of didn't achieve much, which happens with Archangel all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, again, with Daredevil's leadership, at least he's got a chance to re-roll into something to do. But
for sure.
If this guy isn't rolling dice, a lot of successes, then he's going to be sad, his character. But yeah, good. All right, let us move on to his card. Extreme Measures is the name of the card. It's unaffiliated and it's reactive. So at the start of his activation, Ronin can spend 3 power to play this card. This activation, his Shadow Strike attack gains the following special rule. Let's see, Shadow Strike is which one now? The normal builder. Okay. He's got, just for one activation only, does he get this rule. So he gets a Wild Flurry. So that means if he gets a wild, he can make another Shadow Strike attack for free. But that one doesn't have the flurry trigger any longer. And the Hawk's Blade, the amazing range 4 attack that we've been talking about, it's got another wild hit.
Another guaranteed trigger?
Yeah, another hit trigger.
Oh, the hit?
Called Rapid Fire. So Rapid Fire is, of course, when you get another attack. So he basically, this card enables his attacks to trigger and pop off more than once, basically, provided you get those triggers. But I don't know, man. That's a lot riding on that hit on the Hawk's Blades.
Yeah. I think this is such a big swing, right? It's like, this could go amazingly.
Yes.
Or it could just not. I think if there's a situation where Ronin has a couple of hammers, and you play this, it's nuts, because then his dice pool is nice and big, so there's more chance of Spectre of Death to impact it, and then he'll just go crazy and he'll just kill like a 6-man, But 3 power to play that. I mean, I guess he doesn't spend power that much, actually.
That's a good point. That's a really good point, actually.
Right? His power economy is pretty friendly. Yeah. He's got, a 4-cost spender.
Yeah. Well, grappling.
Oh, hold on. Spectre of Death costs 2 power.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Okay, let me reverse everything I just said. Yeah, everything I just said. You don't compare this to Archangel. Okay. Archangel gets this for free.
Oh.
Spectre of Death, he has to pay 2.
Yeah.
So during the modified dice step. Okay, well, at least you can
decide.
See it.
Yeah.
You can see the result. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. That's interesting.
But I'm going back to the gambler, the guy you dissed earlier, who's counting on the short move off the Hawk's Blades. This guy now is laughing at you because he'd be like, not only I'm going to move short, I'm going to move short possibly 4 times through,
4 times?
2.
Oh, because you did.
Two Hawk's Blades, each getting the rapid fire trigger, which you're going to get. Yeah. Jamie.
I love the idea of you doing this attack and then getting a bunch of crits and wilds, no hits, and then not having 2 power to pay for Spectre of Death. Basically, what we're saying is, if you play Extreme Measures and then you hit the Hawk's Blades hit trigger, you rapid fire, you get it again. If you get the pursuit trigger 4 times, you need to concede the game immediately and go to your nearest casino and put everything on black, because something's happening to your luck and you need to win big.
I would say red. Put it on red though for the dice. Red dice.
Red. Oh, I love that, because now one of us is wrong, one of us is right.
Stick with me, kids. I'll teach you how to win.
Yeah.
So if you've done this, you can write in. I tell you what, Jamie, I'm going to say right now, if somebody does this and can prove it and display it on our Discord, they will win a box from us.
Whoa, hang on a minute.
Win a box.
People can. Hey, fraud exists, Norbert. All right, it's coming out of your paycheck, though.
No, I trust my people. They're gonna be able to show this happening and get that free box.
What about the flurry? Because you could get 4 flurries, right?
No. Look, this is about style points. Flurry, you're killing things.
We want to see 4 rapid fires and 4 pursuit triggers.
Exactly. And and we'll see how the character trundles across the board with us.
Okay, fine. I officially sign off on this. If that happens, let us know on the Discord, and Norbert will buy you a box.
Add to Jamie's paycheck. Yes. Good job. Thanks, Jamie. All right. Shall we move on to the bonus card of this episode?
Yeah. Can we play the bonus Sleeve It or Heave It theme music?
Sleeve it!
There it is.
Okay. Oh yeah, wrong song. Sorry. Thank you,
All right.
producer. Yeah, so we're saying it this way because it's an older card that's suddenly become more relevant in the game. It's called Professionals. It's unaffiliated. It's active. And this is a team-up card between Clinton Barton, so that used to only be Hawkeye, but now it could be Ronin, and Natasha Romanoff, which is any number of Black Widows.
And if we've learned anything from MCP, is that when a new character comes out with an old alias, you need to check all their old cards. Because we saw that with Thor and Bay Ray Bill, this team-up card that no one knew existed, and a new Thor came out and completely broke it, and it had to get banned. So always go back and check the old team-up cards. So is this some
new broken tech that you bring into the table, Jamie?
I quite like it. I quite like it. Let's talk about it.
Each of those characters have to spend 2 power each. And if that happens, if Clinton, so Ronin in this case, damages a character with an attack this round, and Natasha, Black Widow, is within 2 of the damaged character, you may move 1 asset or civilian, so an extract basically, from the damaged character to, it's a steal, to Black Widow. She's now holding that token. She can't hold more than she can in the crisis. Unexpected steal is pretty juicy.
It's pretty cool. And Black Widow is very good at holding extracts, right? If it's 2-threat Black Widow, then, martial artist, long mover, stealth, like very good extract runner. If it's Black Widow 4-threat, then when they drop the extract, it goes where they want.
Yeah.
So they're both very good. And there's no other Black Widows in the game that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the other one. But so both 2 characters that you really want to have an extract. And now I've seen professionals played with Hawkeye because he can ping someone from far away and then, the extract pings off them and Black Widow catches it. That's really cool. But it does rely on Hawkeye doing some damage, which, isn't completely reliable. Not bad, but not completely reliable. But Ronin, he's very likely to do damage, right? Just with the Wild Pierce, and you've played Extreme Measures, and he's getting 7 different triggers off, obviously. So he's very likely to do that, and I really like it. I think it's pretty cool.
So I think the trick would be, how do you line up Black Widow on the target without dying, such that she can get the extract and then run away?
Yeah. So I'm thinking of Black Widow 4-threat with this for the most part, where she's usually grabbing an extract early, and then she spends the rest of the game trying to hold on to it. Then let's say she gets dazed and drops the extract, and they've got the extract next to a dazed Black Widow. Right. Then Ronin could charge, grappling hook in and hit them back for her, so that she gets the extract not on her turn, so that when she activates, she can then double long move away. I just think it's pretty cool. And I think you're not really disrupting their play pattern. You know what I mean? Like, Ronin's going to be chasing people holding extracts. That's his job. Black Widow's going to be holding extracts and running away. So this card, I think, is a steal that will come off, a fair amount of times.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool.
So Black Widow, the 4-threat one, is affiliated with him in Avengers. So is
Ronin an Avenger?
I thought so. Hang on.
Oh.
Yep, he is.
He is, yeah. Oh, there you
go. So is Black Widow 1. So maybe it's a Avengers kind of a thing, this card, Professionals.
Yeah. Only 2 each, 2 power each. For
it is a little pricey, but, steals in a faction that doesn't have steals is pretty good.
Yeah. Also, if this is used on extracts that you can hold more of, so like cubes or hammers, then you can stack them up.
Sure.
She can grab a few. So I think it's pretty cool.
To me, these kind of steals, I like steals for characters that are hard to take down. So like Hulk or Dormammu. So, you just ping him for 1 damage, which isn't guaranteed naturally, but just 1. And suddenly now you've gotten the unassailable extract off that character.
Yeah, exactly. Also, hilariously, Ronin has a beam. So let's say there's a few characters holding extracts and Black Widow's in the middle of them. You can beam them and maybe damage a few and load her up with extracts.
Can you imagine? Hey, I think of another box giveaway. Let's... All right. Cool. So that was fun.
Oh, also worth mentioning, Avenger is an Avenger. I know we agreed to not mention Steve 1, but Steve 3, Ronin's fantastic there because he has really good triggers. So if you get a hit on one of his attacks, you can use the leadership to turn another dice into a wild to get your flurry trigger. And then you can use the Spectre of Death to use that wild to turn another dice into a hit. So he really goes bonkers under Steve 3. I think he's pretty great there.
Okay. Yeah, good call on that one. I was just thinking of Steve 1 all the time, but Steve 3 is the thing, and not bad. Hey, yeah, cool. All right. Shall we move on to Tigra?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to need help with her because I don't quite understand this card. So help me out.
So before we get into the card, let me completely confuse you with the lore.
Yeah. Well, let me give you her name.
So-
her name's already
Go
confused
on.
me. Is it Greer? I've never heard of that name. Greer.
Greer. Yeah, Greer.
That's the name? Okay. I've never heard of it. Greer Nelson.
Greer Nelson. Like Jermaine Greer. Do you know who she
No.
is? Probably
who's
not.
that? But that's a
Never mind.
surname. That's different.
Bit too much cultured for you, maybe. Greer Nelson. Okay, so buckle up, Norbert. Get comfy, okay? Here's some lore. It's a story time.
All right.
So this is a character from 1972.
Wow.
So that's how you know the lore is going to get good. All right. This is where superheroes were weird. And, we didn't have equality. We didn't have, things like that. So this is Greer, middle name Grant. Greer Grant Nelson. Try saying that 3 times. She was a college student.
Okay.
And ends up dropping out of college to marry a cop named Bill Nelson.
Bill Nelson. I know a Bill Nelson
weird.
who was a cop.
Yeah?
Yes, I
No.
did.
Do you?
Yes, I did.
Is his wife called Greer?
I wonder.
No?
I wonder if his daughter's named Greer. Now that I'm thinking about it,
there you go.
I'll have to ask him about
All right.
this. Why did she
Well,
have to
you
drop
might
out
wanna-
of college though for the police officer?
Apparently, so again, this is 1972, because he was paying for all of her bills and the rent and stuff. It's one of those, old school Marvel comics. So yeah, anyway, you might want to call up Bill and see if he's okay because Greer's Bill died.
Oof.
In the line of duty, and it was a classic like comic book death where like they get accosted by a robber,
Right.
and he pulls out his like his off duty gun, and he ends up dying. Which is sad. And obviously, again, because it's 1972, Greer is then left completely financially useless. Homeless,
Destitute.
because women can't support themselves
Right.
in comics back then. Which means in the world of superheroes, she is now openly available for scientific experiments.
Oh my
right?
god.
That's what happens.
It's like
That's the comic book rule.
Monty
Okay.
Python skit.
Yeah. So enter Dr. Tumulo, right? Who was an old professor of Greer's. And they're now working on a female enhancement program, right? Funded
I thought
by
that was plastic surgery.
Well, no, not in the Marvel Comics world.
No.
And it's funded by some creepy guy called Malcolm Donalbain. And he'll come back, okay?
Ooh.
Remember that
Whoa.
name, Donalbain.
This is getting pretty
So,
deep.
yeah, man. So Greer volunteers for this female enhancement experiment, right? And gets, zapped with a bunch of science, whatever, and comes out with superhuman strength, agility, reflexes, and cat-like senses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So a bit like, I guess, Spider-Man.
Yeah, sure.
Without the web.
Was there a cat involved in this experimental?
Wow, but it's funny you should ask, Norbert. So while this is going on, it's revealed that Donalbain, the guy who's funding the research, is secretly plotting to create an army of mind-controlled female warriors dressed as cats.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Is this like the not the sequel, the prequel to the Cats theater performance?
This is what happened to the army of cats. They were in Cats. Yeah. God, have you seen the like film of that?
No,
CGI
it was
cat-
horrific.
it's horrendous, man. It's worth watching just for the laughs. Yeah, it's awful. Got James Corden in it. It's horrible. Right. Anyway, so Donalbain is creating this army of mind-controlled cat people, right? And they've got mind control collars on because it's the 70s and that's what you do in comics. And one of the test subjects called Shirley dies basically during a test of her cat abilities and whatever. And there's everyone's like, oh, we need to expose him. He's not a good guy. And Tumulo, Greer's old professor, blows up the lab. Complete overreaction, but blows up the lab to like stop it.
Well, he's horrified. I can understand.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, what have I done? Scientist kind of moment. So anyway, I'll speed up. But basically,
don't. This is. I would like to read this book.
Oh, sorry. All right, we're settled in. Okay, I'll slow down. So the professor is presumed dead in that explosion.
Right. Which is always a big mistake in Marvel Comics to presume that.
Yeah, presume that. Never presume anyone's dead. And Greer like escapes basically from the explosion. Okay. And she's like, oh, I need to avenge Tumulo because he was my favorite professor, I guess, of that school that I dropped out of. And she steals one of the yellow cat suits, right? Because she's got all these powers. So she's like, I need a superhero suit. So she steals one of the cat suits. And thus, Norbert becoming...
Tigra.
No, the cat.
Oh, no. Was this
the
before
world's
Black Cat?
first? Yes. So this was the world's first female feline-themed superhero.
Just called the cat.
The cat. Yeah. There you go.
You figure like lioness
then-
or tigress, nothing. Just
Well, she gets to Tigra, I guess. But I guess in the 70s, the cat was probably quite a cool, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, we had Captain
cool
America,
cat,
okay?
like
It
the
doesn't get
60s
much
thing,
worse than
maybe.
that.
You know, like
The cat. She's a cat. So she goes to Donald
So let me
Baines,
get this
like,
straight.
you
She
know,
gets all
base.
this abilities from the scientific experimentation, but she then also gets a cat suit. So it's like two separate
Yes.
things. Okay, got it.
Yes, the suit, I think, is just fashion.
Right.
It doesn't
Did the
give her
suit
anything.
come with the tail, or is she? Is that
Good question.
now? Is the
I don't know.
tail actually part of her?
My research didn't go that
Okay.
deep. Not
All
sure.
right. You
Not
always
sure
got to
if she
leave
had
a little
tail.
room for the Patreon. So yeah, good.
Yeah, someone tell me if she had a tail from the experiments or the suit. So then she goes and finds Donald Baines' HQ, you know, beats up all his guards, whatever, standard superhero stuff. And then she gets to him, and he's so scared of being caught by her, he just shoots himself. That's it.
Wow, that's power.
The end.
The end. See, this is why
That's
you can't enhance females. This is what happens.
With cat powers. So yeah, so she does that, and then she burns the lab down, whatever, and then something happens. She gets involved with like Hydra. They get stuck in, and
Oh, no.
there's some like mystical ritual or something, and she becomes Tigra.
So this is where the suit
Who is-
kind of melds into her. Like now it's not a suit anymore.
Yeah, I think something like it's a bit of like there's like a totem
Yeah.
thing, like a tiger totem she gets fused with, so she becomes like a tiger lady. I guess they were like, the cat kind of sucks. Let's make her an actual like, you know, tiger lady.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like a rough start for this young lady in life.
Yeah, pretty bad. It's all good superheroes,
Mm.
right? A tragic
Yeah.
backstory. You know,
This would be actually
So-
an interesting MCU TV show.
there you go. So that's it. There's the law
Thank
for
you.
Tigra.
I had no idea about any of that, and it actually sounds pretty good, to be honest with you. I know Mike.
I think it
Mike,
sounds insane.
Mike Fieldmay is desperately thumbing through his Marvel comic book collection to try to,
His collection.
try to get a hold of that again.
Mike seems like a massive Tigra
Totally,
fan.
this is right up his street.
Yeah.
He might even have her tattooed on him somewhere.
Also, is it Tigra or Tigra?
It's funny. I would say my natural instinct is to say Tigra. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But Tigra makes more sense.
She's a tiger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why am I saying
Weird,
Tigra?
right?
Maybe just because.
Don't know. I flip flop between the two. So
Okay. I thought it would be a British English, American English kind of a thing, but I guess not.
it probably is. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the game stats for her. She's in Avengers and Defenders. Oh, another double like this, just like Echo. No, sorry, as in Ronin. And she's a 4th threat. She has stats of 4 physical defense, 3 energy, 4 mystic. She's got 6 hit points on the front side, 6 on the back. She's size 2, but she moves long. So
Oh, another one.
long mover, beater stats for a 4th threat with a little bit extra defense than most. So seems a little above the curve.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Let's see what else she's got then. She's got 2 attacks. One is a physical attack called Feline Slash. It's range 3, 5 dice. Doesn't cost anything. It's her builder. She gains power equal to the damage dealt. She's got a wild pierce as part of this, but she also has a double trigger, a wild hit trigger for Hex, where the defender gets the Hex condition, which means that their crits don't no longer explode.
Yeah. This is a cool attack.
Yeah.
Range 3 with a pierce is a big deal.
5 dice though. Feels
That's
like an
very
X-Men
nice.
attack.
Yeah, but with a wild pierce, that it soon stacks up.
Yeah.
Like this is Logan's attack.
Yeah.
You know, I like it, and a hex is a really nice bonus, and that trigger isn't too hard to hit. And also, she's a long mover, so you can move long, hit someone range 3 very easily.
That's true.
From,
Yeah.
a lot of places.
That's definitely
I
true.
think it's pretty good.
Okay. Her other attack is her spender. It's called Sorry, No Autographs. Where does that come from?
I don't know. I've clearly missed the part of the law.
Yeah. What is she, was she on a show or some kind?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll read the attack. It's range 3, again, 7 dice, costs 3. So good priced spender and good amount of dice. But she also gets, after the attack's resolved, she can place the character within 3 of itself. Ooh, holy moly.
Whoa.
And a wild
That's
stagger. Hey.
Nice.
Oh, I'm digging this.
This is Black Cat-esque.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly what I was thinking.
But, or dare I say it, fair, because you need a wild. And
to get the stagger.
373. Yeah, guaranteed. You know, we talked about how good web swing is. This is basically web swing for free. You know, guaranteed. It's great. It's a really, 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 really good attack.
Yeah, with 7 dice, it's obviously a better chance of getting that wild trigger. But yeah, and it costs only 3. So yeah, this seems really good. Yeah. And that's it. She's got those are her 2 attacks, both range 3 attacks. Though I like characters with range 3 attacks. It's they're just very versatile,
much more flexible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, nothing worse than only having range 2s, and then you have to move at the start of your turn. I think this is.
Can you think of any defenders that gives out staggers? I guess Shang-Chi.
Defenders that give out stagger. Yeah, Shang-Chi. That's a good point, actually. That's worth shouting out. I played against Oliver, who is our kind of prolific defenders player in the London meta. And he played a team of all stagger characters that could also activate me.
Oh, wow.
So he had like Doctor Strange, who was activating me, Iron Fist, who was activating me. There was a Black Cat there staggering me. It was horrible. And I lost so much value from all my characters. So maybe Tigra fits in.
Holy moly, is this correct? I've just looked up, thanks to Jarvis's protocol, all the defenders that have a stagger. And there's a bunch of them. Ancient One, Clea, Doctor Strange One, Hulk, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, Namor, Shang-Chi, and Tigra.
Oh my God.
So he was playing some of these, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he was playing Shang-Chi, Hulk, Strange, Iron Fist. So they all have staggers and activated effects. Wow. That's a cool meta list, Chuck Tigra in there. Namor is pretty reliable with a stagger.
Yeah.
That's great.
Some of these staggers
it was horrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. But some of these staggers are memes. Awful. I mean, let's face it. Like Clea's, she needs a hit wild and a crit on 6 dice for hers.
Moon Knight needs a crit hit wild for his one as well on 4 dice. So they're not that reliable. But
but nonetheless, some of them are legit, like Tigra and Shang-Chi, Iron Fist in some senses. Cool. Namor for sure. Excellent. Oh, I'd love to see that tech. Excellent. I see. That's another box. Should we give another box away for?
No more boxes. We can't afford it. We need way more patrons before we can give away boxes willy-nilly like this.
Okay. Let's get to the superpowers. She's got an active one called Ambush Predator. 3 power. Throw this character medium. It does not suffer damage when colliding with things. If this character began the throw overlapping a terrain feature with a size larger than itself and ends the throw no longer overlapping it, this character counts as size 3 instead of size 2 when determining collision damage and can only be used once per turn. That is so thematic. Wow.
That is really cool and fun. AMG, please do more of this. You have really cool terrain rules in your game. Please use them more like this. This is awesome. Yeah, very, very cool.
Okay, but otherwise, this is a pounce, but with other rules. But the point is it's action economy for 3 power, and plus extra attack damage in a sense. Yeah,
the strongest thing about this is actually just the medium move she gets off it. Remember, it's a throw, so you can only go in a straight line. You have to go the full distance. But this is really cool. Yeah. Really cool, and the extra flavor text is awesome.
Yeah, most pounces are short or range 2, so medium is excellent. What about Apex Predator? Apex Predator?
He's medium as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, love this. Yeah. All right, the next one is a reactive superpower called Mess with the Cat, and you get the claws.
Nice.
That's powered. That sounds from like the 1970s. That line right there. It's 2 power. After an attack target this character resolves, if the attacker is within 3, this character may use the superpower, roll 4 dice, and the attacker suffers 1 damage for each crit or wild in the results. So really good. We've seen this sort of thing before. The key bit I like about it, it's the attacker has to only be within range 3 instead of the usual range 2 for this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is like Counter-Strike on Zemo.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
2 power is fine.
Yep. She's got an innate superpower called Empathetic Aura. Other ally characters within 2 may reroll 1 die in their defense rolls. That's fantastic. Wow. Just for free.
It's like a baby Zemo.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Exactly that. She doesn't get it, importantly, but other friends do. She's got On the Prowl. We've seen this now again. This is where she gets stealth if she's within 1 of a size 2 terrain piece or not, or bigger. Nice. Yeah. And then lastly, she's got superior agility. Enemy characters cannot reroll or modify attack dice when targeting this character with attacks. Okay, wow. So she's got stealth, pseudo-stealth. in terms of defense. And she's got this thing where they can't re-roll or modify their attack dice when attacking her, making her quite stealth tanky.
Yes, deceptively so.
Yeah.
This is good for, if you're being attacked by a Zemo who likes to reroll attack dice, then it stops that. But it's also for leaderships like M'Baku's leadership, Steve 3's leadership. Their leadership modifies dice, so it would stop all that. So yeah, she'll stick around a fair amount.
And we said she's in Defenders, which means that she's going to want to be around a lot of enemies. So this helps her in that sense. But also then she's also giving her friends rerolls on their defense rolls. And again, if Daredevil's leadership wants them all to be together a lot, that's kind of helpful because Defender's leadership will be helping them on the attack, and then she's going to be helping them on the defense.
Yeah, for sure. We've mentioned already that, Daredevil likes people to jump into a fight and then get a bunch of rerolls. Maybe Tigra goes in first because then when her friends come in, she's a little bit tanky. Then when her friends come into the same fight, she's giving them a defensive reroll. That's quite cool. It's very synergistic. I like it.
So I like this character. I think the only question is how much competition does she have from other affiliated characters?
Yeah, so I think there's some stuff I want to highlight here. I know we vow to never be negative.
Okay.
Here, but there's a few parts of this card where I just kind of want to highlight some stuff. So Feline Slash, Wild Pierce, the Hex is unique to Tigra, which is cool. But that being range 3 is a really big deal. And I've been playing a lot of Apex Sabretooth recently, and his being range 2 is really limiting for him. And he really struggles, and I'd love to see his go up to range 3. So Tigra has that, which is nice. The Tigra Spender, guaranteed place, but wild stagger. That feels like where Black Cat should go. Black Cat's is like way, way, way too good in this game. It costs 2 and it's guaranteed stagger and has a chance to run away as well. I hope this is a sign that, AMG are going in this direction, and maybe this 4 threat should have this really cool ability, and maybe Black Cat, the 3 threat, should not have something that good.
It should slow her roll a little bit.
Yeah, because this is like Black Cat is guaranteed stagger and costs 2 power, and this is wild stagger on 3 power. So yeah, it really highlights Tigra is outclassed by Black Cat right now, and is a 4th is 1 threat more expensive. So I really hope this is a sign that AMG have caught that, and we're moving towards a Black Cat nerf. And then also the not being able to reroll dice into her is really cool, and also reminds me of Black Cat, where Black Cat has that, but you also can't pop crits into Black Cat. Which again, Black Cat basically makes Tigra look silly because she's just far better and is a threat less. So I'm hoping that gets addressed. If you ignore Black Cat's existence, I think Tigra is a really cool, actually maybe fantastic character.
Hey. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I think I would definitely be slamming her into some lists and seeing how it goes. She comes with 2 cards. 2. One is just for her. It's called Totem of the Tiger God. It's unaffiliated. It's active. During her activation, she can spend 2 power to play this card. When she targets an enemy character with an attack this round, she can change its attack type to Mystic. That's nice. Additionally, when Tigra deals damage to an enemy character with a Feline Slash, that's her builder. Yep. When she deals damage with them with that attack, this round after the attack is resolved, Tigra may place herself within 2 of her current position. Now that doesn't say it could trigger more than once. So like two Feline Slashes could trigger this twice.
I think that's pretty cool.
And I like the thematic of it.
It could be
it's very thematic, her bouncing around,
It's like she's jumping around. Yeah, it's cool. And the totem thing is part of that like mystical origin I covered. Okay. Making it mystic, which is cool. So yeah, a couple like 5 dice mystic attacks with Pierce that let her place. That's really cool.
Yeah, for 2 power, totally.
Pretty great. And then she could pounce as well.
Yeah. I would play this card. This seems really good.
I think
all
it's
the positioning,
decent, especially if they have mystic weaknesses.
Yeah, right? Of course. But I think just the positioning on top of her other positioning is just crazy.
Yeah, it does need to deal damage, but it does have a pierce, so it is likely to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it a lot.
Cool. The next one is called the Nightlife. It's unaffiliated. It's reactive. This is for Moon Knight at the start of.
Oh, I missed out that part of the lore. Her and Moon Knight are a thing.
Oh, they met.
They're a couple.
They met.
They've been an on and off again couple for the last decade, I think. But
I'd like to see that in the next Moon Knight series. That'd be fantastic.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
At the start of Moon Knight's activation, before rolling a die for his multiple personalities superpower, if he's within 3 of an allied Tigra, they each spend 1 power each. Okay, that's not expensive. Do not roll a die for the multiple personality super power, this activation. Instead, just choose one. That's fantastic. Wow. Then place Tigra within 2 of her current... Oh, they could do this round 1, can't they?
Yes.
So he get to do that. He could choose the free move personality, and she gets to move within 2 of her current position off the deployment line. This is crazy. Doesn't that mean...
It's pretty cool, right?
Does that mean she's attacking the midline straight away?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it does. Well, actually, she can anyway, because she's a long mover.
No, but I'm saying without having to move. She's range 3 attacks.
No, I think you still have to move. Yeah, you do. A place 2 isn't enough on a small base. But it definitely opens up some stuff, right? Like maybe she can move with a place 2. She can move long. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly. That's a weird move, like a weird measurement we've not had before. I don't think. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. Moon Knight being able to pick his personality, that is a big deal, right? Especially round 1. I agree. Because he can have 3 moves. You know, he can have an extra attack dice. That's really cool. I think this card's great. And yeah, you're right. It can be played round 1. It means they won't have any power to pick stuff up, but they will be able to make attacks. Moon Knight has a gainer, so he can pick stuff up. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for this. I think it's great. If you like playing Moon Knight, then this is great.
And he's a defender as well, so you can play this affiliated in defenders, which is fantastic. I like this. It's very intriguing. And, you know, it's a partnership card. Those are not... many of them aren't the Grest. So this one might buck that trend, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. I'm just thinking now of Moon Knight. What else can he do? It has to be, he could get a move action, free move action, or his next attack could have 2 dice added to it, or he can gain an extra power. So yeah, if you're running this early, I think you just take the free move, essentially.
I think so, yeah. Again, a power is interesting because if you have a reason for Tigra to need that place, if you figure out something that you really want to do by giving her the 2 place round 1, then you could choose Moon Knight's power to be
just
a
refund
shield
it,
and get the power back, and then he can just go move and grab an extract as if he was having a normal round 1, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
So
it doesn't have to be.
I'd love to hear some takes. If people have a reason for Tigra placing 2 within round 1, that would be really cool to know.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, look.
Oh, she can save... No, wait, she'll spend the power. Never mind. She can't save grab.
No, she won't have power.
If you could place 2 and then move long, you'll be on the midline. But yeah, she won't have power to pick up. Ignore me.
This sounds like a great box for defenders in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Really exciting characters to be added in there. So hopefully the cargo ship comes to port soon and people can get their boxes, because I'm looking forward to playing these. And the models are just bangers. The sculpts, that is, are fantastic. So I'm looking forward to painting them up as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Do we have time for a bonus Sleeve It or Heave It?
We have a Sleeve It or Heave It. Are you ready? Cue the music.
Sleeve it or heave it. Take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it. Can't you believe it?
There it was.
Yeah, we're coming back to it. We're breaking the rules of what a Sleeve It or Heave It is. Instead of having an old card resurfacing, we are actually going to highlight the card that was missing in our Silk review. The Silk box review was done off of a panel to play that neglected to show one of her cards and has since then.
Should we put our tinfoil hats on? I think this was intentional. I think AMG intentionally missed this out because they knew that this card was ridiculous and they didn't want to reveal it and have the reveal be all about this card.
Ooh.
I'm going to try my absolute best, Norbert, to be positive.
Okay.
I promise. But my God, this card is
insane.
insane.
Traditionally, a Sleeve It or Heave It segment, you're the one who reads the card, so I'm going to give this one to you.
All right. I will try and refrain from the rage. Okay. This is Protege. Is unaffiliated. It's active action, so cost an action.
Okay.
Must be pretty good, huh? Cost an action. So during Silk's activation, we mentioned Silk on a previous episode, web warrior that likes to give out slow and moves along. Pretty cool. If an allied... You've removed the card from the screen, Albert. I'm so outraged. If an allied black cat is on the battlefield, no range, just on the battlefield. If it's just a black cat just here, Silk may spend 3 power. 3 power in action. That's a lot, right? That's a big investment.
Seems crazy.
Yeah. Choose an enemy character within 1 of Silk. Move one asset or civilian token the chosen character is holding to Silk.
No.
Silk is now holding that token.
No. Oh, God.
It's Black Cat's Steel in a tactics card.
Yeah.
Rangeless. And the only cost you have to pay is 3 power and action, which is how much the steel costs anyway for Black Cat. So you're basically just giving Silk this superpower. You have to play Black Cat. Oh no, the best 3 threat in the game has to be on the board.
Who is a web warrior, by the way?
Who is a web warrior, yeah. And you give Silk, who is a very, we talked about it before, tanky character, can give out slow, can then run away. Crazy. I can't believe this card exists.
You're saying this is just like the whole Web Warriors game plan stacked higher in this card, essentially, right?
Exactly, yeah. I think like we've already talked about how crazy Black Cat is. She's like one of the best characters in the game. And that still, is very, very good, especially on a character like Black Cat where they can move long and, grappling hook away. Silk can do something similar. So Silk can start her activation, spend 3 power, steal an extract, move long away. And then if they have power left and someone tries to chase after them, they can use Caught in a Web, which gives them a chance to move short again, out of the way. It's crazy. It's like it's one of the best cards Web Warriors have been given, and it's for taking their best character. I can't believe this card exists.
I was going to say
it's super
good. Web Warriors have abundance of good cards, and so it's hard to fit new ones in, but this one I think you're going to fit in.
I think the only downside to this is, are you playing Silk? Because Silk maybe doesn't fit into every game. I think, but if you're a Silk fan and you're playing Web Warriors, you're playing Black Cat every game. So I think you take this card every single game if you're playing Silk. So wild. So this episode, I've managed to take a swipe at Black Cat and mention that Shadow Cat has not got enough love. And Shadow Cat also has a steel card, and it's the worst steel card in the game. I know we try and be positive, Noel, but I'm sorry I broke the rule for a little bit. Let's go back to being positive. This card's amazing. If you play Silk and Black Cat, take it every game. You're going to have loads of fun.
I'm planning on playing the new Web Warriors after the WTC, and so yes, I'm going to be looking for ways to abuse this card. Absolutely, fantastic.
There you go.
I love it. All right, woo! This was a megasode, but I mean, it was full of goodness. I love it.
It was a big one. I'm glad you had a holiday before recording this, because this took a lot out of me.
Yes, it is time to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you to all our Patreons for supporting us so far. You've been really lovely. And we've had a whole host of people signing up to the Discord lately. Please do join if you haven't already, and join in the fun and helpful conversations. People are always helping each other in our affiliation discussions. But you know what? In particular, our model gallery channel is unreal.
Oh my God, yeah, there's some crazy good painters in our Discord.
Yeah, thank you so much. You guys listening to this, we're meant to be a fun podcast, but it is mostly about the game mechanics. And yet we seem to be appealing to painters as part of our show, and that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, 100%. We should probably have a little cheeky segment at the end where we shout out a painter that's been in there. But I'm going to do one right now because I'm looking at it. Carl posted their Lady Sith. It is the best Lady Sith I've ever seen. Oh, yes. Like, my God, I've never seen a model painted that well, especially Lady Sith. Yeah, incredible. Yeah. Shout out, Carl. Good job. Cool. All right, everybody. Is that it, Jamie? You have anything else? Go be a patron. It helps us. Thanks. Ever the shill, Jamie. Not that I am. No, of course, naturally. Nope. Until next time, then. Cheers and happy gaming.